how, the role of the Assam police, possibly the role of the Assam government. But Rajdeep, if you go by precedence, for somebody who's seen way too many political seasons, how would you look at this? Is this unusual? Has this happened before? Was this a norm in the UPA rule?
Well, I'm trying to think whether it certainly wasn't a norm, but as you know, remember how Baba Ramdev was picked up and there was an attempt to sort of take him away at the height of the agitation on the black money issue at the time. So there have been, of course, transgressions from time to time that various police forces in this country have done. Mamata Banerjee's government picked up a professor for a Facebook post, for a cartoon. There are all kinds of examples across this country, and I think there is a reason to believe that while we have freedom of speech, we don't have freedom after speech. And why should Pawan Khera has a Abhishek Manu Singhvi who can take the battle to the Supreme Court and get him in immediate relief? What about the others across this country? We've seen it here in Maharashtra. I'm in Mumbai at the moment. We've seen it happen when Uddhav Thackeray was in power. We've seen it happen to cartoonists. We've seen it happen to journalists. All this must stop. But when this is used by the party in power at the center in the manner using the Assam police possibly as a fig leaf, serious questions will be raised. And I wonder whether all of this in some ways also a weapon of mass distraction. At the moment, there are far more serious issues that need to be tackled than who said what about whom in a press conference. I think, therefore, a sense of perspective is needed. Otherwise, the situation will become this constant attempt to use and misuse your police forces to target anyone who's inconvenient to you. And that is a very dangerous precedent because we are a country with a rule of law. We are not a banana republic.
Rajdeep, I'll ask you, one final question. Politically, how do you interpret it? Because somewhere down the line, there seems to, Pawan Khera walking out as a martyr with flowers, garlands, all of that. What does it say about even the Assam government or the Assam police? Politically, would you reckon this was an astute move? You've just made him bigger than what he said.
Look, I think it works both ways. I think the manner in which Pawan Khera was seen to mock the Prime Minister was used by the BJP to once again get, suggest that there is this constant attempt to denigrate the Prime Minister. That will work to, of course, the BJP's advantage. And the manner in which the arrest takes place will be used by the Congress to claim that this is a dictatorial government. Look, Hamam mein, as I keep saying, sab nange hai. It's not as if any particular political party has not misused the forces across this country. I think the focus should be on the misuse of police forces. Why is it that an IPS officer in Assam cannot tell his chief minister, sorry sir, I think we are transgressing the law? Or someone in a Congress-ruled state or any other state. Today it's Assam, which is why the BJP must answer the questions. Why are you misusing your police forces should be the focus, because Pawan Khera, I keep repeating, is a bit of a VIP. What happens when this happens to, let's say, a cartoonist or a journalist who speak for what they say and write and then put in jail with very little relief? I think there is a serious problem here in a country where we have freedom of speech but very little freedom after speech.
And you're right. It's across the board, across the board where political parties are concerned. Not very far back, Rajdeep, you had the Punjab police coming in to arrest Tejinder Bagga, a small Delhi leader of the BJP, and then you had the Delhi police facing off with the Punjab police to get him back. It's absurd. The theatre of the absurd.
It is. You use the example of the Punjab police. Look, I think the line has to be drawn where someone maliciously, deliberately tries to provoke religious sentiments, hatred, and which falls under section 153A and B. That's when you throw the law book, and it must be thrown. But when you throw it over the kind of political tutu-meme allegations that go on, you'll have people right from the very top in this country who will then have to face a court of law for the things that they have said about their political rivals. I think at some stage we're going to have to step back and try and look at the big picture. And the big picture is that we are a chaotic democracy where politicians will make allegations. If they make allegations that are prima facie defamatory in nature, throw the law book at them, but allow the law to do its, to take its course. Don't have a police force moving in from one state into another overnight, picking up someone as they did in the case of Jignesh Mevani without providing the person even a copy of the FIR or the basic protections that they deserve under rule of law. Because once you do that, you then become a banana republic and not a democracy with a rule of law.